Welcome all earthlings and other beings. My name is Lara and this is Zollar Tarot and Art, and today I'm going to be reading your tarot and oracle cards and also simultaneously drawing an image that I received in meditation for this particular reading. I'm going to go ahead and start on the drawing before we pull some cards so we can talk about what's going on. And I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great. Just keep in mind that this is a collective reading, not a personal reading. So some things might sound like they fit for you, and some things don't. Don't try to make things fit that don't, though. And if you're here, there's probably something for you. Also, we're gender neutral here, so it's he or she's interchangeable. So if I say he or she, whatever applies to you, just make that work for yourself. So, okay. So I was, there's a song that goes with this, but I was also, what I was seeing, I keep seeing and like almost overwhelmed with the images of butterflies. And I kept seeing this single butterfly like right in the center of this sort of textury background and everything. So in the image itself, it's fairly straightforward and simple, but there's a strong message behind it. So the song I've been hearing is by Madonna. It's kind of one of her more obscure songs. It's from her Ray of Light album, and it's called Little Star, and it goes like, never forget who you are, little star. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. You know, and it's like it's a very tender song. She's singing to her children, obviously, and reminding them of how special they are. So for whomever this reading is for, I feel like there's a message in here for you that you should not forget who you are, where you came from, that you're a star. You know, you're a butterfly. And a butterfly, as we know, goes through quite a process to become a butterfly. And we love butterflies because they're so gorgeous and they're so amazing. And you know, they pollinate, they do all kinds of wonderful things, but before they can become this, you know, gorgeous butterfly, they have to turn into goo. They go from being the caterpillar, and they are in their chrysalis or their, you know, cocoon for a while, just sort of turning to mush before they reform into this gorgeous, you know, cherished insect, this beautiful butterfly, which has so much symbolism attached to it of transformation and, you know, self-value and worth and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. I'll be drawing this while I read the cards. There'll be another video laid over so you can see me almost completely draw this. And then at the very end of the video, there will be the finished colorized version that you can see. But for now, I'm going to remove it so we can go ahead and pull some cards. And I don't want to waste any time, so I'm going to speed this sequence up, and I'll see you on the other side. Here we go. Okay, I have spread out all of your cards with clarifiers and looked them over to see what the pattern is. You know, I see that you are a beautiful person. You're very kind. You're very nurturing and loving. You got the Queen of Coins here. You're just a very giving person, and someone who is definitely worthy of love, who gives love. You nurture others, take care of them. But anyway, the Hierophant's all about, you know, being spiritually tapped in. You have learned how to practice your spirituality on a regular basis so that you feel very competent in it and get results. So, and you're definitely clearer now on who you are and what your mission is in life. And you might have multiple missions, right? We all have missions. So, but I see that you've had to go through some real hard stuff. So if you're a light worker, and it looks like you've definitely had to go through some hard things, people attacking you for no reason, switching up on you, trying to sabotage you. You might be highly talented, or just because you're a good person, they might be taking advantage of it, because there are people in life who do that. They'll see someone who's really kind and they'll take their kindness for weakness and, you know, play on that to use them and use up their energy and destroy them. Because if, for instance, if it's a narcissist, narcissist, that's what they do. They destroy everything. They destroy themselves, and they like to destroy good people. And that's just like, it's like that's their mission or something. So anyway, I can see that you really felt left out for a while, or someone was trying to make you feel that way by being very abusive and secluding you. You might have felt, you know, like all you had was, she's like, there's this one single person sitting here in the cold, and she's got a little light, and that's her one source of light and heat and everything. But ultimately the light comes from inside of her, and what she discovered that, you know, or this person has discovered that, it's just like, so what I see now is that once you've gotten through all of this stuff and you have defeated or you know, you moved away from this abusive situation or these situations, then all of a sudden the universe is like, oh, and it blesses you with this like income and maybe several other things. And now that you got your glow up, because see how it's glowing, it looks like a glow up to me. Now all these people from your past are wanting to come back and talk to you, and some of these people might have been abusive people, like this Knight of Swords here, who wants to rush in quickly and, you know, just kind of mess up all your stuff and everything so that they can take what they want and destroy and, you know, use your energy reserves or your money or whatever it is that you're getting. They want a piece of it. Several people do. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't like talk to these people, but if they were abusive in any way to you, I'd highly recommend that you just stay away from them. If it's a narcissist, don't even engage with them anymore. They're not worth it. So they just want to destroy. And I see here, okay, you've got the Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving away from whatever this toxic situation was. We just have to keep doing that in our life. And as light workers, you know, it's also something we have to constantly do. And we also have to constantly drop energy that we pick up. If you're an empath, like it's showing me here, then you're going to pick up on other people's energy, and you have to learn how to discern. You have to learn how to say, ask yourself, is this my energy or is this someone else's energy? So sometimes what happens with me is I'll just start crying for no reason. I'm like, why am I sad? My life's great, you know? And is there anything in particular that might be making me sad? And if I can't trace it to anything in my life, then I'm like, okay, is this mine or is it someone else's? And then I realize it's someone else's, and I intentionally drop that energy, because I don't feel like I need to I shouldn't have to process everybody else's stuff all the time, right? It's just, it can be kind of a burden, see? So you're learning how to clear out these burdens. You're learning how to clear things off from your energy. And now that you're really in your glow up again, and you've recovered from whatever this abusive thing was, now people want to come back in and use your energy again. They want to be around you. And not everybody that wants to be around you is a bad person. I'm not saying that, because there are some very good people too. And perhaps maybe your soul tribe is coming in now, because of, you know, the people who really are your people might be coming out now, because you've been clearing all this stuff, and you've moved into a state of balance. Here you have this Temperance, and right now it's a really good luck time because it's clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, right? So Temperance is about creating perfect balance, and in your life that means you have to let go of things regularly, the things that don't work, and pull things in and focus on, use your amazing mind to focus in on what it is you do want. So you are very powerful. Yeah, so here, this again, like this is a Four of Cups. This is all about, where do you put your focus? Does this guy put this focus on these three cups that he lost? Or does he look at this cup that the divine is literally handing him, that's full, and saying, look up. And all you have to do is look up. You just have to change your perspective a little bit and look for those things that are good for you. And sometimes when we go through abusive relationships, especially if we were trauma bonded or something like that, that person that you're really trying to break away from, it's more than just physically moving away from them. It's also moving, like not letting them live in your head rent free. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give them that opportunity. You've got to find a way to, if they keep cropping up in your mind, keep pushing it away. You know, not as in a denial type of way, but just like, I'm not giving you any more energy. I let you go. Goodbye. You know, and then if you keep doing that, after a while, they'll disappear out of your mind and other things will come in. And that's what you really are doing. I see is you're shifting your focus so that you can focus on things like new love coming in. You've got this Ace of Cups here, right? When you let go of the burdens and walk away from things that don't serve you anymore, right? Then you can have true love come in. And this is a good luck time for you. You're so balanced. That's awesome, right? Okay. And I see you following your passions, very passionate. You've got the Queen of Wands here. So this Queen of Cups here, Queen of Cups is a very grounded person. They have built their own wealth, they've built their life, and they've done it from the ground up, and they worked very, very hard. And they're sitting on top of all of their treasure, all the things that they have built. And maybe you might not have a lot of money necessarily, although I would say that if you haven't, you're coming into it really soon. But you have built like quality relationships. You have built, I've said before, one of my favorite quotes is measure your wealth by the freedom you have to be yourself, which is by Colby, right? So measure your wealth by the freedom you have to be yourself. So perhaps you've set up your life so that you can truly express yourself. It might be that you just set yourself up to win, which is good. Always set yourself up to win. Love yourself, right? And that's part of the balance, is loving yourself. Yeah, and it's interesting because I've been binge watching a show called Queer Eye, and that's like this group of 5 guys. I say guys, but some of them are non-binary and everything. It's LGBTQ heavy and everything, and they go into these different people's lives and they help them completely do a redo, a makeover on every level, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. But one of the things I like about the show, and I think this is why my guides have been wanting me to watch it so much, is because they emphasize self-love, self-care. And to get to this balanced space, you have to achieve self-love. You have to achieve self-care. And it's something we keep working on, right? Because we have our down days and everything, or days when we're feeling a little down in the dumps, or, maybe we not liking the way the fat looks on our thigh or something, or maybe we ran into a mean person who pointed out something and made us self-conscious. I don't know. It could be anything, right? If we watch a lot of social media, you get lots of mixed messages about how you're supposed to look or supposed to be, or the kind of income you're supposed to have, or the car you're supposed to drive, and whatever. So that can tear us down sometimes. So let go of that type of stuff and learn self-love. Love yourself no matter what. And if you do that, then you can take on anything. And it looks like you've been through a lot already. Like, you're a pro at putting down those narcissists. You're a pro at getting rid of those people now who want to tear you down. And this is an act of self-love, right? To lead to balance. And the Queen of Coins, she's all about self-love, that's for sure. And she's very grounded in it. She's very solid. She lives a wealthy life inside of herself. Her inner world is wealthy, not just her outer world. And it becomes a point where you just live in luxury all the time. This is so definitely someone to be admired. You're someone to be admired. And through all of this, following your passion, valuing yourself, guess what? You get emotional fulfillment, the 9 of Cups. That's a beautiful card. So, and you've done the work, you've earned it. So I picked this deck because it's got butterflies on it, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this oracle and see what else Spirit would like us to know for you, the collective watching. Oops, I don't take drop cards. All right, Spirit, what do I need to know, please, for this collective? Also, I will list these decks below in the description box because I change them out every reading. And I do that because not only do I want you to have an opportunity to purchase the decks that you like, if you decide to read or are interested at all, but also to give acknowledgement to all those amazing artists, writers, publishers, designers that create the beautiful decks that I use. So it's good to give credit to the artists in particular, I feel. All right, another one, please, for this collective. All right. Another one, please. Yeah, these are beautiful cards. Lovely. I like that. It's got purple on either side. All right. So it says, manifest your magic, unfold your myth, and trust your wings. For some reason, trusting your wings reminds me of the movie Maleficent, where she finally gets her wings back. And she knows that, she even said some point in the movie where she said, I could always trust my wings. Yeah, so trust your wings. That's beautiful, to be complete. You are creating your own story here, right? To me, this is telling me that you have the okay from the divine, from your guides and ancestors, to move forward in your life the way that you want to, regardless of what society says you should do. Unfold your own myth. So it's just almost like the things that you're doing in your life right now are creating a legend, or something, even if it's just your children. As I see, you probably are a single parent, or you have a child, at least one child, because it's going with you as you're moving away to calmer waters. But you leave behind a story of what your life is. which is quite beautiful. So perhaps you need to write, or you need to express something in art or something like that to, to make it solid for yourself. Manifest your magic and trust your wings. Well, I mean, trust yourself. You will trust yourself if you love yourself. Just really learn to trust your intuition on the inside, and trust that you do have the ability to create magic in your life. It's almost as reminiscent of that butterfly image that I'm creating. It should be over here right now. So never forget you are a little star. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. All right, let's see what your obstacles are. I think these are such pretty cards. Okay, what are the obstacles, please, for this collective? What are the obstacles? Yep, okay. Wow, man, you've been through a lot. People see your light, that's for sure. Okay, another one, please, on obstacles for this collective. And another one. Yeah, I feel like there have been times when you've really felt left out in the cold. You've just really have not felt welcomed. There were some particular people, and it might be from your family, or they're people you thought were your friends, and they really went out of their way to make you feel abandoned and like you're a weirdo or something. And maybe you are a weirdo, but in a good way you're a weirdo. And these people are trying to make it like you're a weirdo in a bad way, right? Okay, so it's really hard to stay emotionally balanced when you have people around you who are always trying to throw you off balance. Whether they do that in their actions or their words or the energy or something like that, or and I feel like you've been targeted for sure, because you also have the Five of Wands here. These are people who are competing with you. They're jealous, they're petty. You've been dealing with this a lot. It might be that you just have some really unique talents, but it could be that your light just shines so brightly. You're such a sweet person that, these people just want to tear you down just because. And, who knows what they've got attached to them, what kind of dark lower level entities. But you don't need to be around these people. But I see that it's caused some problems for you, probably blocked some of your money, probably blocked some friendships, probably helped you feel like you weren't belonging very much. That's all changing, of course. We see this because you've achieved balance, but I can see that these have been your, it's like, who do I open up to? I can see that you maybe are having a hard time trusting and really fully opening up your beautiful heart. You are beautiful. You have a very caring, loving, I get this energy off of you like in waves of just like this sweet, sweet. It's no wonder that Madonna song came up, because it's a very sweet, loving song. You're a very sweet, loving person. You've just dealt with a bunch of nonsense, like a bunch of people who are petty and they don't even like love themselves. And so they have to take it out on you and try to tear down whatever you build, right? So, but don't worry. Just because those friendships didn't work out or you felt out of place does not mean that's going to last. That's in the past. So you've learned how to get past that and love yourself. So good for you. But I want to pull on solutions, the best thing that you can do to get the best results. What's the best thing this collective can do to get the best results, please? Yeah. What's the best thing this collective can do to get the best results, please? All right, one more, please. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a minute. All right, one more, please. Another reiteration of that. Okay, this is lovely. Okay, we have remember the little things. Remember who you are and tell your story, right? Never forget who you are, little star. And there's even a star right there. Look at that. I just got a star here. Never forget who you are, little star. Wow. So remembering who you are, remembering who you are at your core, honoring your ancestors that you came from, honoring divine spirit that you came from, being a co-creator in the world, being a light bringer, all of these beautiful things that, that are part of who you are and how you're built, despite all the nonsense and the awful people. You're here for a mission. You're here for a purpose. Remember that you're a star. Yeah, this is very special. And remember the little things. So even those things that you think are little and insignificant, remember all the special little things and honor the special little things about you, what you do, who you are, what you've created. I mean, there's just so many wonderful things. I mean, it can even come down to like your appearance and everything. Maybe you just love the way that your eyelashes look, or the way your hands look, or You know, you love that you have this particular talent and you can do certain things with it, and all these little things that you've created. Or, you know, maybe you have children, beautiful children that you're just so in love with, and you've nurtured, because obviously you're a good mother, or father, whoever this is for. And you just need to remember all those little precious things, because you're precious too, right? And it says, tell your story. So remember when we said, trust your wings, let's see. Oh, unfold your own myth. This is the same thing. I'm getting strong vibes that you need to write something down, that you need to, or create a blog or something where you are acknowledging, you know, these things that you love, and expressing something. There's something you're needing to express as part of your mission. So that's beautiful. And that's just so wonderful that card came up, given, you know, the song and the drawing. So never forget who you are, little star. Never forget how to dream, butterfly. It's a very dreamy card, isn't it? All right, let's pull from this last oracle and see any last messages for you before we wrap this up. Yeah, you definitely had to have a lot of resilience. And yeah, okay. So the three things here that are being recommended by your guides, your spirit team, what they're telling me anyway, is that you have a great amount of stamina, and not just physical stamina, but spiritual stamina, heart stamina. You know, you are built to, as you come in as a light worker, for instance, or a healer, if this is what you do, then you're going to come in with a special spiritual team. You're going to be protected on levels that other people are not necessarily protected. So, but it's showing me here that you have exceptional resilience, finding your limits. And so you've had enough of these burdens and these extremes, and the abuse and the things that you've experienced to know where your limits are, at least in certain areas. And that's a good thing to know. It's good to know, this is how much I'm willing to take. This is how much abuse I'm willing to take. Is that okay? You want to ask that. Is that okay for this kind of abuse to go on? And you might find that your boundaries need to be reset. So this abuse is not okay. This is. You know, I'll take a certain amount of snarkiness from a person, and after that, I'm going to let them have it, or I'm going to walk away. You know, whatever you need to build for your own boundaries, right? To take care of yourself, which is self-love. And understanding, it says look at both sides. So sometimes we have to heal, we have to take the time to really get not only to know our side of things, but to understand why certain things happen from the other perspectives, right? It doesn't mean that you need to accept what a person did, but to actually have forgiveness, which is not for them, it's for you, right? To forgive yourself and others, right? You have to look at both sides, and then you have to be willing to say, okay, so they are this is what they are. This is radical acceptance of, this is the reality of, that person is like that. They're always going to be like that. I'm not here to fix them. They need to just get away from me, or they need to go away, or this needs to happen, right? But having the understanding of what's what, like true reality check-in, is very, very important to understand where you stand, right? And then destruction, releasing your anger. So it might be that you still do have some anger towards some of these people who have done you wrong, or anger that goes all the way back to your childhood, right? And that's now, when you recognize that, that's an opportunity to go back in and release, to just tear down any beliefs or anything that does not work for you anymore, to forgive and let go. Destruction, this is like the Tower card, right? This is like burning things to the ground, burning things down, not in a literal sense, but in a figurative sense, to start again, to rebuild, if that's what you need to do. So if there's a particular type of relationship you always draw towards, you say you're always with narcissists, then you want to find a way to burn down any kind of patterns or behaviors that make you choose that type of person. If you heal your inner traumas and do the inner work, which I highly recommend for everyone, then you will find that the ways that these narcissists could hook into you are no longer available, because you're healed, right? So let's pull one Kuan Yin card, because Kuan Yin is very, she's from the Chinese culture. She is an ascended master, a beautiful, beautiful energy. She bears witness to the tears of humanity. She is probably one of the most compassionate deities that exist. and I work with her a lot. So because you're such a compassionate person, I want to pull just one card to give you advice from Kuan Yin. So Kuan Yin, what does this person need to know, or this collective need to know, please? This one? Okay. Okay. So there's the image. Kuan Yin's beautiful, right? Bamboo moon. Did you know that there are no mistakes in the universe, and all events, circumstances, relationships, and situations are unfolding in perfection, with the timing and intelligence of the divine plan? Any apparent delay is in your favor. If something is happening for you right now, then that is perfect too. Divine timing is perfection. It is safe to trust this now. So, you know, I definitely believe in divine timing, and sometimes we get impatient. We're like, gosh, I've done all this work. I'm ready for the rewards to come in and everything. Don't worry, they're on their way. So don't get in your own way by worrying too much or anything. Just make sure that your intention's clear to the universe, and then you just kind of like release it and go about your, you know, stay balanced, keep doing the things that keep you balanced, keep moving towards your dreams, and before you know it, everything's going to unfold the way it's supposed to at the right time. So say, for instance, if you were to rush something to come in, and the universe knows this, they might be delaying it because if you acquire a certain amount of money too soon, or you acquire some sort of asset or other ability too soon, that there are people around you that you might not even know about who are there to block it, destroy it, trip you up, feed off of it, all kinds of things, right? But the universe knows, your ancestors know, that your guides know, and everything. So they might be delaying the process of you receiving certain things for a little while, simply because they want you to get it. They want you to actually have it without this other interference. So I would just keep clearing these people out, like this destruction card is, because you want these goodies to come in for you, and you deserve it. You're a beautiful person. Anyway, I hope that you found something in here for yourself, that this was inspiring, you know, for you, the message and or the art, or both. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all my subscribers, to those who like and share, and those who comment, and any donations. And that's always very much appreciated. I love what I do here, and I'd like to continue to keep doing it. So thank you again for being here, and until I see you next time.